Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute. This music isn't right. The scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it.
Yep. Good morning, Nevermorians. I'm your host, Nick Tockert, and this is Nevermind the Furthermore. Well, folks, I'm having one of those days. So we're going to just skip the rest of the formalities and get right into it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Friday. I am frankly really out of it because I had a computer crash that kept me up till about 1 a.m. But you guys wanted the link set up earlier, and I got it set up earlier. Turned out the whole problem was heat. My office was too hot in the evening for my computer to work, which it usually is, which is why I had done it. But that doesn't matter to you. What matters to you guys is a positive, uplifting mojo, and I'm going to do it. I know I am deep in the comments, so let's see just if I can get all the way. Okay, cool. StreamYard didn't eat your comments. So, before I hit the comments, remember the historical fencing guild. Oh, good morning. The historical fencing guild will be tonight at 8 p.m. Wow, I've got streamer brain. Where I'll be talking about how to sword fight using the methods discussed in the simple sword and the fighting axe. I am working on the simple spear when I'm not fighting StreamYard. Bit of announcement. If you are in the Hobart, New Chicago area, there is a park at 3101 Huntington Avenue in Hobart, Indiana, where I will be actually performing as a sort of warm-up act and sideshow to the Gary Shakespeare Company, who are going to be doing Julius Caesar. I'm still fuzzy on the details, but what I've got is a couple members of the Historical Fencing Guild, including our own Joe Bachman, who you know very well, and Trelena Bachman, who you all wish you knew better. And we will be coming in, and we will be sword fighting and discussing how to sword fight to keep people amused, apparently. It's one of those deals where my helium hand has got me helping people. And the show officially starts at 7 for the important part being Shakespeare in the Park. Julius Caesar. I don't want to confuse anybody. And local time. And we will be doing whatever they ask of us to entertain, probably using our polypropylene weapons, much like my modded ones, like this guy right here. That to talk about swordplay and good stuff. Then we'll get to see how well their choreography is. So we'll see how that goes. Let's get into the comments. I'm well over a half hour behind, but I think I can knock these out, and then we'll see how your Friday is going, because your day is far more interesting than mine. And I realize my curtain is moving extra. We've got a lot of wind. Speaking of a lot of wind, let's get my mic set where it's supposed to be so you can hear me better. Alrighty. Carl was first in the door at 9:27. Bad boys, what you gonna do when the big stumpy robots come for you? Yeah, guys, if you want a quick, easy to play tactics game that you can use whatever minis you have or proxies or whatever, because I'm not a dick, be sure to look up Big Stompy Robots, available through Amazon at the link below, or just go through my other links. Let's see. Michaela J.'s laughing at Carl. Michaela's, I'm out walking the dog, just got time to listen. Rick Bradley wants to know how's it going, everyone. Well, it seems we're getting things rolling. Like I said, today was one of those false start kind of days where you just aren't ready. And living the caffeine-free life, That's kind of soul destroying, but we're making it work. Um, Carl, I watched Michaela's motivational morning video on my phone. Calvin, that's his cat, rubbed the side of his face on the phone. He must have recognized your voice. Jokes not for this channel. Okay. Hi, Rick. Hi, Onyx. Uncle Carl, I set a reminder of my broadcast on Monday. Make sure it was early so not surprising people. Good for you. Unless it's the same time as Tidbits. It's an hour before. Woohoo! Then I can stop by on my way to Tidbits. Sweet. Sounds like a plan. Okay, these guys are planning all sorts of stuff. You know what? People I was poking with my only one of my people I was poking with my responded, but everyone else is really kicking into high gear. Didn't know I was such an influencer. Dang. Oh, I hit it in high gear. Now, I nearly cursed your name as much as I cursed the good folks at Old Gods of Appalachia, which is my favorite horror podcast, because they love to do cliffhangers. And danged if this week they didn't get me with yet another one that wasn't supposed to be. But I can't hold it against them because that stuff is so good. Now, we'll see. The reason I have been so hesitant is my net is famously dubious. Now, the only reason my net has got better is the company that provides my internet has lost customers throughout the town as another company, which refuses to come to my house, has come in. So that means I'm getting more of their bandwidth. So hopefully I can keep doing this. But if this ever logs in and it doesn't let me in because I have no internet access, it's not my fault. Okay, so oddly I feel humbled that people actually listen to me. I mean, other than Donna. Wait a minute, she doesn't listen to you. Everybody listens to you, Carl. You have some of the worst imposter syndrome of anybody I know. And I know Brian K. Morris, the patron saint of imposter syndrome. And Brian and Cookie are definitely deep in our prayers as they make their way through a dose of the unmentionable affliction. Do not let the plague doctor in. He cannot help you. He can only make you a zombie. Anyway, let's see what's else. Rad Publishing, which is Rick Bradley, but I tend to read. He published a game. Oh, you published Stray. He published Stray, which is you play as a stray cat going through a cyberpunk city. I've seen that. That looks like a good thing. We've got sometimes we listen to our elders. Oh, I saw something about that. Only when our elders make sense. Yeah, I've seen Stray coming. It looks like it's been done real well. Of course, now, if only us young folks know when they are making sense. That's called wisdom. It comes with gray hairs. No, gray hair does not make wisdom. Some of the elders are nuts. That's true. Being married makes gray hair. That's my wife's explanation. Richie Asplin's greeting everybody. Morning, folks. Howdy, howdy. He's being greeted. Hey, from Onyx and me today, it isn't as hot. We've got some cloud cover. Wonderful. Wonderful. Get your training in, darling. And more greetings. Beware UV rays, though, Michaela. Take it easy. I'm eager to dig into my newest book and my co-authored book. Can't wait for y'all to read them. One of these days, we may have to do something talking about co-authoring books, because I find that an interesting subject. Balancing egos and stuff is always a fascinating process. If I mow today, I'll wear my asbestos suit out there. Back when I was mowing, I'd do it at night. That's why mowers had flashlights. Well, my mower had a flashlight because it didn't have a headlight, so I just duct tape is a handyman's secret weapon. But yes, Carl. Extra job is kicking my butt. I'm forced to take things a bit slower. You got to do things one day at a time, Michaela. Let's see. Richie's listening from his work computer, bigger display, so I don't have to play stupid games, popping the chat out so I can see the vid at the same time. Plus, my weekly training meeting is at 10 CTD. Fridays are usually dead, hoping I can get accountability done before I actually get out of work. Hey, I hope you can too. Knock it out. Look, It isn't even the boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I poop on company time. No, the boss makes $1 million. The boss, you get what you can legally. Okay? You get what you can. And you know what I mean. Takes longer, Rich, but I wrote while I was in the workforce. Lots of waiting for meetings to start, etc. Yeah, it can be done. And as long as Richie finishes, because he started amazing stuff. He's just like me in that. As long as he finishes his stuff, we will be on the ball. Waiting for the passive-aggressive lady to get to the meeting, always late. Makes sense. I have a trainer meeting today with our security LMS vendor trying to figure out why I have to be there. But hey, I guess if you're the only one that bothers to learn the security LMS, that might be, you've made yourself too competent, Richie. For me, passive-aggressive, always late meeting is the manager, the host. Power plays. Guys, if you're in power, don't be a dick about it. Sorry, it's Friday. You're getting a lot of real Nick. So, yeah, let's not. If you get into a position of authority, and you can tell I'm tired, I swear my clothing reflects my mood. It's a little darker than usual. I admit, a little saturated. That's okay. I'm okay here because it's going to be a good day. If I have to grab it by the throat and remind it, it will be a good day. Whew. Yeah. It's sad when the only one member of the IT technical training department understands the technology. Well, they should pay you to better train the others. Almost time. Good morning, folks. Hey, Joe. Had a lovely meeting with Joe Bachman. He's part of the reason. Well, actually, he and Trey are the reason we are going to that lovely event in the middle of August. Still be the first event I've gone to in outside of the county in a couple of years where it's been a public event, and one of the first where it's really about the sword playing stuff. So I'm really excited to get back into doing something I love now that I'm mostly healed up to do so. And I'm really pleased because I found out that Joe and Trey have comparable weapons to what I'm using. So that means it will be light gear, easier for my hands. Which, yes, that's not this channel as much as my other channel, the Historical Fencing Guild. When you get a chance, after you've liked, shared, and subscribed to this lovely channel, go over there and catch it, because my Friday night shows are something else. And I want to remind everyone that we are our StreamYard is made possible by Joe Bachman of Joe Bachman Technologies, the app designer who made the Big Stompy Robots app, several wonderful construction use apps, and some dice rollers to help make your gaming experience easier. I can speak. Joe, you need to set up a commercial of some sort so I can plug your wares formally, and maybe a nice magic counter would be a good thing to come out of your system. You know, maybe we can set you up a whole suite of gaming resources. Ooh, I'm so good at giving you ideas. Yes, and that's what I do. Hey Joe, I'm here, Carl. You're just ignoring me. Now, Donna, darling. Now, we both know that Carl can't stand to ignore you for long. He's seen you walk by. We've seen him look at you. We all know what he knows, so it's okay. Good morning, and we've got more greetings, and I have a comment dump, but I have to work my way to it, or else I will lose my place. More greetings, and oopsie, technology is never my friend. In that case, what happened was I had my video running. I took a sip. It knocked my phone over, which hit my backup phone, which knocked over a sketch pad, flipped my pen, and hit a key on my keyboard. The keyboard then flicked the commercial and just basically did what it does. Whoop. There we are. Comment dump. Let's see how bad it is. As Nick says, look at the top of the chat and choose live chat rather than top chat. Always. Guys, there is no more important. Well, liking, sharing, subscribing. This is necessary for keeping the channel alive. But if you want to know what's going on, You have to have your chat running on the screen, and it usually shows up like somewhere in this region or this region, depending on your settings. And you have to, you have to run all chat because you will miss the juiciest of YouTube content. Technology is slowly plotting Nick's eventual end. Oh, it does. It tries. I know it keeps trying. The problem is it shorts out when it gets too close to me. So we have reached an impasse, a Mexican standoff, if you will. How powerful is technology against my Hexus field? This and other historic questions may be answered tonight on Historical Fencing Guild Z. Alrighty, what else have we got? And Joey shared the link, newchicago.gov, Shakespeare in the Park. I was right to use the term. Yes, Julius Caesar, I'm very excited about that. I should not clap in front of my mic. And I need to get myself a nice little mic stand because I like this little guy, but it gets a little in the way. So when the desk gets redone, that might get redone too. Yes, there's a Gary Shakespeare Company. Look, not all Gary is a firebombed wasteland. Only parts of it. And they are trying to build up. And I support that. I support finding culture in places not expected. Good morning, my amazingly talented friends. Will Schuyler's talking about you guys, folks. Peppermint Princess, yes, she is. And Richie sharing the links to my books. Oh, what's this? Brian and Cookie have the unmentionable condition. I told him not to touch that girl. Oh, the other thing. Never mind. Now, Brian is a vision of morality. Don't let anybody fool you. He just fakes it well. And yes, abso-fraggin-lutely. So they're going through a lot. They are in our hearts and prayers. I am hoping it is a very mild and rapidly curing variant of the thou shalt not say it, the Voldemort virus. Hope they keep their noses. But, wow. Wait a second. It removes your sense of smell, can make you pale. It is the Voldemort virus. Carl hates co-authoring, especially with me. Lol. Yes, more real Nick. No, let me explain. This is not real Nick. Okay. This is a little more tired Nick. But that's only because I got a few hours on my machine. When I'm done here, I'm going to greet my family and promptly go back to the regeneration chamber like the bootleg failed board drone that I am, and we'll get going. Oh, but that is okay. Because I know, see, you guys are wonderful. I talk to you, and I could feel the creativity just simmering. It's like, come on, let's add a little heat. I get much better returns on my energy because when people invest in each other emotionally and the other people do good with it, it comes back to you. You just got to believe, my friends. Oh, there it is. There it is, folks. That's a little bit of the Nick Tockert mojo just starting to build up nice and smooth and easy. And smooth. Is it smooth or is it smooth? WNUA 955. No, this is WFWNTF. Nevermind the Furthermore, only on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Folks, be sure to follow, subscribe, like it, and log into YouTube. It gets you the best picture, the fastest quality, and your questions get answered just a bit earlier because my StreamYard doesn't have to fight so hard to keep it alive. So be sure to follow us there. Why not be me? Oh, you mean that kind of dick, not Dick. No, there is a kind of dick I'd love to be because Dick Van Dyke's version of Bert was one of my fundamental heroes. Definitely in the big three or, top four. Him, Hercule Poirot, as presented by David Suchet, Tom Baker's Doctor, and Peter Davison's Campion. Maybe that's why I have some authority issues. Co-authoring for me has been easy only because the other person I'm working with can take feedback really well and we're honest with each other. Well, wow, communication? Are you saying communication makes that better? Folks, if you believe communication makes that better, you better hit that like button because we're communicating and making your day better. Let's see, what else do we have? Ah, there it is. There's the start of the comment dump. Oh, I've almost caught up. LOL, Rich. Technology Dominoes. It's a spicy pizza. Hi, Ryan Permisson. Good morning. And follow all his podcasts on Ryan and I Quote. The link tree address is right there. Let's see what else we have. I was thinking that too, Rich. Like a tech version of playing Mousetrap. A Rube Goldberg disaster waiting to happen. Okay, guys. There is an advanced entropy field around me. Things happen. Liminal things, statistical anomalies, just a bit of weirdness. I don't know if I'm closer to the high strangeness. I don't know if it's just by my choice, preference, or attunement, but things just go boink around me. And the more complex the system, the more likely it is to go boink. So if there's anybody who has any interesting theories, and literally on that, I'd love to hear them. And Ryan Permisson is asking for guests on Ryan and I Quote. He is supporting the Kickstarter for Gideon Kane Demon Hunter, which I need to look into that to see how much I want to push it. And he's talking about a great Kickstarter with pulp stories and thrilling adventure yards featuring a great team of writers. Now, I hope that's good because the pulp in this area, thanks to fans of Pulp Reality, your magazine for all pulpy goodness, publication. It's not really a magazine. We have high standards. So if Ryan's got the nerve to say his stuff is that good, it deserves being good. And let's see. We just lost a couple viewers. That's fine. Check out Shore Leave with voice actress and singer Bonnie Gordon. Ooh, okay. And Friday, Easter for Fanatic Forum, where we discuss favorite obscure movies. So it looks like Brian's got some new stuff on top of his usual, and that's good. Ryan, not Brian. Ryan Permisson. I hope I'm saying your name right, Brian. This season on Domino Masters Tech Disasters. Yeah, you know there's a new game show, and I don't know what it's called. It's like Stacked Up or something, where they get prizes, but they have to make this tall tower of random objects per level. Yeah, they don't want me in the audience. I wonder if I could get a gig as a cooler for a casino. Just walk around and like you don't make money. That might incur karmic debt, and I'm not big on that. Ooh, and he's got an interview with Eddie McClintock. That's really cool because I'm a big fan of Warehouse 13 for obvious reasons. Join us Saturday for, and I quote, John Stamp. I don't know him. And they're discussing non-superhero comics some more. I want to stop because that brings up a really good point. Let me make sure Ryan doesn't have anything else. Oh, another comment dump, and I wasn't clicked, so I'm somewhere in the middle of Ryan's stuff. There we are. And Silver Comics. Guys, a lot of people, I hear this a lot, so I'm going to pause right here. I'm close enough to caught up. I'm not caught up, and I won't be. But I'm close enough I can pause and talk. Why do I think manga is overtaking American comics so brutally? Here's just a tiny thought. It's not all superheroes. Yes, we do not need every comic to be superheroes. We can have more slice of life. We can have more fantasy based that have nothing to do with traditional superheroes. We can have more adventure, more sci-fi. Maybe eventually some big stompy robots in a comic? Could that be a thing? Would I consider such villainy? Only time will tell. Alrighty. Ryan has drubbed his stuff and wished us all a good day. So that's awesome. Carl's laughing. Communication, that means I have to people. I don't like people. It's almost peopling. It's almost as bad as adulting. Now, the trick is you find people. Everybody says that there are cryptids and weirdness, and I want to look at it differently. People are afraid of the zombie invasion. It's already happened. You ever look at a huge crowd of people, and you're watching them, and suddenly they start to feel like cardboard? Like it's just a whole bunch of standees of animated NPCs, and then you look and you go, wow, main character, main character, main character, main character. We get to choose. Okay. Now, everyone is a person. Everyone has their story. I'm not saying that. But I don't think everyone pursues their personal story. I think a lot of people hide behind not having a personal interest. They just kind of coast. And I think that's tragic. Find your passions. Be passionate and let that passion guide you. Okay? What success means, what makes you happy is something you decide. Don't let other people tell you what makes you happy. Look, as long as it's mostly legal, let's be honest, because all of us have driven fast at one point or another. It doesn't hurt anyone, and everything is consenting. I really, really don't have much issue with much life of people's chosen lifestyles if it genuinely makes them happy and they don't try to force me to like it. I may choose to like it, but I don't have to because consent is king. Moving on. Oh, do I have a word goal per day, per week? I am such a dramatic pantser that I have no idea. And that level of organization can really lock me down. So what I've started for my own system is I'm trying to draw daily because one of the great things about me as a diagnostic tool for against depression and things like that is am I drawing? It's also very, very good for my hands. Look at that. I'm starting to get my limberness back. But then I write till I run out of time, which, if it's a few minutes, I knock out a few minutes and I accept that. A lot of times I find writing nonfiction very different mechanically than writing fiction because, you have to stop, you research, you double check your facts and figures, and then you have to organize it. It's much more ordinal. Whereas when I'm writing fiction, the vast majority of the time, I just feel like I'm plugging a T3 line into the Commodore 64 that is my internal processor and trying to process wherever this comes from. And I've just accepted it. I don't know. I don't write usually with a mission or an intention. I'm not trying to do a specific thing. When I'm doing that, I'm doing nonfiction, which I write a lot of. But when I'm writing or I'm telling the story, it's all about finding that flow, and it comes out in the strangest places. I'll be writing, somebody will ask me a question online, and a whole story will pop out. Let me see. I'll show you how this happens. Yesterday, I was on with Luke Stone on Luke Stone Studios, Nerd Bacon, and he was talking about he saw a waiter. And the waiter had dreads kind of pushing his head wrap thing down against the top. And I had to go to the bathroom, so I stopped. I excused myself, but that was sitting on the back of my mind. And when I came back, he had talked about how he had turned him into a porcupine that shot like katanas out of his hair or something. Whereas I came up with Mr. Dreadlock. And I then sketched it while I was doing the rest of the show because I have to hold on to the ideas or else they go back to the ether from which they came. But where he's going to have almost Medusa style, his hair will be able to move and stretch, and he wears silver scorpion stingers as end caps to his dreads, so that he can stab people with them. Haven't decided if it's poisonous or not. That would be pretty cool. But I see him as sort of a Kingpin-ish character. I'm planning to give him both a full RPG workup and put him into a future project. But that came out of literally a couple words. Let yourself be exposed, and then just plug in and see what comes out of it. Good morning, Nita. It is so good to see you. You've been absolutely lovely lately. I probably should talk to you pretty soon, but yeah. Do I make to-do lists? To-do lists are some of my favorite things in the world. I love a good to-do list. Almost as much as I love post-it notes. Now I have two kinds of post-it notes. I have the real world ones that are usually more permanent reminders. Like I have a reference for thumbnail size because I just have to look up. I have some gaming references. I have a note to check my microphone. Well, it says Johnny Cage says to check your microphone as a reminder, and I have a list of videos over here. Now, if I were to bring up my desktop, I have a list of all my projects that I'm working on in different colored digital post-it notes. But it takes up a lot of RAM to keep that running, which I did not expect. But yes, I keep myself fairly organized. If you wrote down all the disaster in the book, people would never believe it. We need photos of Nick's desk for an illustration. Apparently I just got real popular real fast. Yeah, you're not supposed to check your messages on live stream. Well, folks, I help people. I have relatives. I will always at least glance. And, you're welcome, Johnny Cage. And yes, Mr. Dreadlock is on my DA account if you want to see the picture again, along with some other stuff, because I'm trying to draw daily. Whoa, okay. Stay away from those sites, much less boinking that way. What the heck did I don't even know how that went. Did I miss a comment? To-do list, goals per list. That was interesting. Okay. No, Michaela, I'm bad. You get a pass. I get a pass. I got a pass. You mean not all comics? I love Soups. Now, I love Soups in two versions. First, I love Soups when the super part of him is his character and his morality. That is the best Superman. If I can't get the best Superman, I'm not going to lie. I love it when Soups takes a whooping. Because most of the times, it's too easy for him. And when he takes a whooping, and that is a direct quote from how Superman Returns was described to me when my nephew George was like, Nick, you have to come see this. And I watched it. And I want to say it was Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. And he's got the kryptonite. And it falls. And the guy's weighing it. He's weighing it in his hand. And I'm like, wow, he's feeling like it's a shank. Only way it'd be better is if he did. I don't think anybody's shanked Soups. And he puts his pocket, then later he does. I'm like, oh! And it's not that I want to see Soups suffer. I don't. I want to see Soups motivated to be what he can be. Because Soups spends so much of his time, maybe necessarily, maybe not, sandbagging, that it drives me nuts. If you have an ability, you should try to use it. If you have a gift, it's there for a reason. You realize how many issues Soups could have just solved? And I'm not saying going all Lords of Darkness Justice. Quit with the posing, quit with the showing as much. When it comes down to emergency time, do the job. Bam! Hit it and quit it. Yeah, I said that. Let's see. Almost caught up. Time for shenanigans. Awesome. Our boy Richie just attempted to rickroll me. He Richie rolled me. But you know, the problem is you can't hesitate. You can't. When it comes to such a thing, if you're gonna pull it, you have to go pull the attention, Nevermorians. I just want to let you know that I'm never going to give you up, never let you down, nor desert you. Alrighty. Johnny freaking Cage. Thank you, Johnny. Why is manga taking over? Because it's better. I'll die on this hill and I'll be fighting all the way down. Yup. What was that? Yup. Here's the deal. You have to write diverse comics, not just diversity of race, but diversity of ideas. You have to be able to go and use your budget. Very few modern comics are willing to go, think of it as a movie. You have an infinite budget. You can put as many spaceships in that battle as you're willing to have drawn. You can have as much craziness go on. It's comics. It should be liberating. And you can tell a story. And until they do that and start treating it like a genre and not superheroes and then everything else, you're going to keep having that. Because most of my favorite comics were either superhero tangential. I consider like Witchblade. Basically, most of the Top Cow comics that I loved were superhero tangential. Gen 13, which was superhero, but it was done, again, not quite your traditional. I liked it. Honestly, I loved it. Great writing and great art. I'm a sucker for J. Scott Campbell. I said it. Or they focus on the man part, not the super or the spider. I'm looking at Spidey. Spidey is best when he's Peter Parker, not racially, because the Miles Morales Spider-Man can be amazing too. Another unpopular opinion, don't care. But when you're looking at the balance between, I got to pay the rent and I'm trying to save the world, and having that conflict constantly, that makes for a better story. And they don't want to do it because it's harder. Okay, it's easier to write. Well, this is billionaire Bruce Wayne. You don't usually have to worry about how Bats is going to pay his bills. Now, there have been a couple occasions where they've done that, where Bruce has lost his money and had to do what he does out of nothing. And then you see the man behind the bat, and that's interesting. Also, Alfred rules. What? But manga is the source of anime. Anime rules. Manga rules. End of discussion. Actually, no, let's keep that discussion going. Sometimes it's Batman, Michaela. Oh, thanks. Sometimes it's about Spider-Man. See, the attempts at snark. You're getting there. Let's bring it back. For more wisdom like that, tune in to Tidbits and Scribbles on alternate Monday nights on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Carl Witzman. Let's see. I'm pantsing at 5 things added to 6 lists, and I'm going 500 words a day, trying to limit rabbit holing. That sounds so wrong when you try to research to less than 60 minutes. I'm glad. My only concern is stick with it, because Richie's found more. If you want to know neat systems, and I'm serious, if you really want to know neat systems about how to organize your writing and different methods people use, ask Richie. He's researched them all. Doing a book about writing systems might be your inversion way out of the stasis field you've trapped yourself in. Reverse the polarity, Richie. Oh, I've been possessed by Geordie LaForge. No. I might need a sonic screwdriver for that one. I'm just not sure which of mine to use. Anyway, but I am proud of you. I poke fun, but I'm proud of you. Let's see. I'm going to click this. Mr. Dreaded Locks. No, Mr. Dread Locks. They are dreaded, but morning. Can only be on for a few minutes, but want to pop in and say hi and like the show. Big hugs to my darling Sarah. Good morning. And big hugs to you. I hope your day goes great and you conquer everything and then find wonderful Halloween decor at clearance prices. Sarah! Now let's see. Oh, you kept saying things went boink. That makes sense. I'm sorry, I heard boinking and my brain took it entirely different. I love when Soups gets to come out of his cardboard world. Yes. My I have two real favorite Superman arcs, if I'm really going to talk about. One, I recently got to see a review and then I read it. Superman of All Seasons. Wonderful. Emotional. Luthor nearly defeats the Man of Steel, not by breaking his mind, but by breaking his spirit. It's really well done. And Soups' bounce back involves visiting home and some good stuff. Read that book. But the other is something, I believe it was called The Fury of Superman, where Mogul shows up and basically tries to train Soups for the coming of war world and get him to, you're using your powers individually, you're holding back. And that's where the cardboard speech originates, I think. And watching Soups remember and really start thinking tactically is one of the great things in that comic. But again, it's not great because he's super and he's doing super things. It's great because you can see the mentality of a gentle man who has to not be gentle. The wrath and the fury of a gentle man is a terrible force, and it's wonderful to see explored in that setting. And we are joined today by the adventures of the rock and roll art goddess, hashtag Let Cat Art. Good morning, my artistical angel. I hope everything's going smooth and slick for you while you enjoy the fleeting days of July. Get some time at the beach for those of us who are trapped in the middle of the cornfields, where the only sea life I see are the corn sharks circling menacingly. And the only good thing is they keep the coyote numbers down. Opinions are we are allowed. Let me do this because we got another comment up. Not a big one, but we can work on it. Opinions are mandatory. Mandatory. I want you to have opinions. I want you to question your opinions. I want you to evaluate and build and metacognate. That means metacognition, thinking about how you think. Look at your opinions. Why do you have them? Are they valid? If you can present them in a civil, comprehensible in any way, shape, or form way, I can then process and test mine. That's how opinions work. And then if I don't like what you like, I can say, good for you. Pineapple on pizza is glorious. I love Hawaiian pizza. Gordon Ramsay doesn't, and it's okay. He has the right to be wrong. And we got good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's coming on the weekend. Gonna hang out with my best friend. Gonna go on an adventure. And then I'll tell you all about it next week. Okay. Not all organization writing systems barely dipped a ladle in the ocean, but still have a ton. That's my point. Sometimes the way to get around writer's block or not completing is to have a project that's I'm sorry, Carl said something funny. Is to have a counter project. That's my secret to procrastinate. You guys, you're new to procrastination. You've only truly begun to feel the power of procrastination. I was born by it, molded by it. I didn't see a proper schedule till I was an adult. Anyway, imitates commercial. That's not how opinions work, Nick. That's not how any of it works. Listen, friends. Opinions work as long as they're both respected and civil. And I don't have to agree. That's an opinion. A fact is something testable. Can I test it? Can I bring empirical evidence? Then it's a fact. then it's not an opinion. There's no point to argue about it. All righty, though. Oh, Joe says, since I'm listening all this from work laptop, I don't have the usual links. But I'll be sure to check out Nick Tockert's website, and it's a bit.ly link for my website. I didn't even know I had one of those. You're awesome, Joe, and I will. I have all the post-it note of power. That's right. I'm going to write my own bit.ly site down so I have it as a link. My bit.ly. Boink. Down, down, down. HTTPS. Colon. And backslash. bit.ly / and Tockert. Bam. And that goes on the wall of knowledge. There has been an addition to the wall of knowledge. Yes! Life is good. Any day I can add something to the wall of knowledge. It's just wonderful. Boom, boom, boom. Sing it. Darling, I can't help myself. You just bring out the music in me. It's funny. Cat really does bring that out in me. It's funny. First, if you have a stupid opinion, they put on Twitter and then tell everyone else's opinion, everyone else that they're dumb. Yes, folks, that's the secret for getting engagement on Twitter. You just be a dick. The problem is nobody wants that. So I would rather not be as well engaged and still keep doing my thing, and I'll get where I need to be just when I need time. You sometimes need to look away and work on other things to come back fresh. This also works in troubleshooting issues if you're frustrated and do anything else. My duck is not where it should be. Where is the Draco duck? Is it back up on the wall of cool? I don't see the duck. Okay. My rubber duck is gone. Anyhow, hold on. You all see the wall of cool? That's my wall of cool. It is disorganized. And as disorganized as it is also one of the more organized parts in this room. That's why I look at over the top of my thing. We'll see if I get dinged by YouTube for copyright infringement. There we go. We got to zoom in. That's pretty much my entire pop collection. Let's fix this back up. I'm brilliant, but I am a complete disaster. I seriously need a full staff to clean up around me to keep me sane, because I am not meant to operate alone. I'm just playing with Nick to keep the convo.
Oh, you know what? You just keep playing, because we love this game, Carl.
It sounds like you're flirting with Carl.
I flirt with everybody. Just deal with it. And if you can't handle with it, that's where the door is. But if you can handle it, well, friends, stick around, because there's always more.
Bam. Powered by spite. Fueled by spite, even. Anyway, also, you can find the apps I've created, both for work and Big Stompy Robots, at bit.ly.jb. You're just breaking out the bit.lys. Awesome. This is also going on to my wall of knowledge. Now, Nick, why don't you just cut and paste this into a file? Because I was born in the age of card catalogs, and I'd still like to own one. I had one, but it was lost in the fire, not the flood. JB Tech Apps. Oh, yeah, you'll be seeing this. You will be seeing that on the ads to come. And yes, folks, if you have an ad and you're one of the regulars, because I need to know you before I know you, keep it relatively a minute, under 2, definitely. I will be happy to promote you. I'm not currently charging, although cross promotion as soon as I get a video would be appreciated. And anyone who wants to provide me any kind of financial support can either join the Historical Fencing Guild Patreon to make a convenient monthly uh, donation of $1 or more, or just boom, PayPal.me, Nicholas Tockert. You want to give me a tip? There's a comment in there. You send me money. I'll look at it. I like money. I need money. Boom. Okay, back to the comments. Now, well, sometimes you don't have to push forward on an opinion. Sometimes you have to push forward on opinion so you don't hold yourself in a public forum to get the conversation going. Sometimes you have to push forward on opinion, so don't hold yourself in public. Okay. I had to parse that a second, but I see what you're going. And there's nothing wrong with promoting your opinion. Do so civilly. All we need, the vast majority of the world's problems, and I mean the vast majority, would be if we use some civility, some consideration, and respect. You add education to the mix, and there's no reason why we can't have a society where everybody eats, the air is breathable, the water's drinkable, and no one's suffering, or we're limiting suffering. It's doable. Let's see what else we have. Nick's ducking around. Oh yes, Nick's ducking around. Your wall of cool rules. Thank you. Oh, and to the people who ask, yeah, Lydia is still up. She watches the door for me. She keeps prying little people out of my office. Oh, I just learned that these dolls are Funko Pops. Well, not well. Imagine my embarrassment. Well, I mean, of mine, I have the first one. I think did I get Elvira first? I think I got no. I think the first one I ever got was Suki, because I was having a crappy day, and I was walking through like an FYE, and I saw Suki's Stackhouse from True Blood for $2. And I started laughing hysterically because all I could hear was Bill going, Suki. And I started laughing, and it fixed it. And anything that makes me laugh that's like $2, I'm going to buy to remember it made me laugh. And then I've got a Bombshell Wonder Woman, Lopan, like 2 Elviras. Major Kusanagi got her for $2.99 because a bunch of people didn't like the live action. Are you insane? That was a great movie, a visual triumph. And okay, if you don't like that she, because of a racial issue, may I suggest you take an image of the drawn Major Kusanagi and an image of Scarlett Johansson and put them side by side. She looks like a live action anime person. That's why we like her. Anyway, got those, got Dresden Gwarten, got below them is Thomas Magnum, Chernobog, and then way down, peeking by my Smithsonian set for Xander and a few other things, are Rick O'Connell and Evelyn Carnahan. Because the Mummy was incredible. Let's see. Well, writing forces you to memorize more, as well as you have to put effort into it and muscle use. Yeah. Oh, Joe, baby. Anytime, any day. But remember, you're also the one who Joe is the one who has completely hooked us up. He's why I'm streaming to 3 places. So everybody thank Joe and support his apps because they are amazing. Let's see. Don't. Alrighty. That is not something that needs to be done now. Just the tip, Joe? No. Joe and I, we have a much deeper relationship than that. Maybe more. Depends on the day, Rich. Yeah. Yep. Y'all don't know. Joe and Trey are like our best married couple, family, friend thing. I don't know. Like, they're just awesome. They're some of the most awesome people I've ever known, and I love them dearly. And I'm not going to be ashamed of that. I love people. Now, I haven't run any commercials, and I've gone an hour chatting because I'm in a mood. So let's do that. Let's run a commercial real quick for you guys. And who's on? You know what? Amy Hale, guys, before I run this, Amy Hale recently had to leave her 9 to 5 job for mental health and some crud. She did a whole thing about it. So if you're on the fence and you want neat romance novels and other things, look up Amy Hale. Let me plug her today.
Author Cindy Koepp is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Koepp at CKOEPP.com today.
Hi, I am Joe D. McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher, and I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
Hi, guys. Alrighty, let's see. LOL from Carl Witzman. Her novel, Neurosis, is into romance, even if you don't like romance. Think about that one. Well, Neurosis I've heard amazing reviews, and we are almost at the hour mark. So, question, chat, before we get rolling. Do I sign out and let Nita and Daphne have unopposed, or should we get in trouble? Yes! And the answer comes from Joe Buckman. Nick did mention to the wife and I we should write something along the lines of Tales of the Job Site. Okay, guys. Joe Buckman and Trelena are in construction. If you're annoyed by what's going on 94, they're trying to get it done faster. So one, if you're in a construction zone, if you're near a construction zone, slow down, get off your dang phone, and pay attention. Because I don't want to deal with the amount of fury I will have to contain if somebody hits one of my friends. These are good, hardworking people, and they're nuts for doing it. But they do it so that our roads are smooth. So do that. That being said, I got to hear a small anthology of some of the stories that I had missed from their worksite. Things that have gone wrong. My phone's making happy noises at me. That's fine. Please, by all that is good and holy, bug them to write that down, because I want to see them co-write that and publish it. And then I can promote them and have another reason to bring them on, which would be great. Another great book that Carl is plugging is Dragons and Wizards by Donna Carlene. And there's the Lulu site. And Carl, you make commercials. I shouldn't have to tell you this because I think you have access to the secret folder. But if you set up a nice commercial for, say, Mad Gasser stuff or Dragons and Wizards, I will run it. And once I have that commercial, I can't be stopped. Yes, folks. I've mentioned before, be villainous in your dedication to insanity. We have to make the changes we want to see. And one change I want to see is I don't ever want to doubt that I'm the most broke person in my circle. I want all of you guys to make the bank. I want you well known and I want you to be so well known and famous that you might not have time for the show because you're all out there living your dreams. That's what I want. Just like when I start teaching a new student and I tell them my first goal is for you to be safe. Not have fun, be safe. If you can't handle that, walk away. The second goal I want is for you to have fun. This should be fun. We're talking about swordplay here. And the third goal is I want to train you so that you can consistently beat me. I'm a short, fat, furry little man with one leg shorter than the other and nerve damage in both my arms and legs. You should beat me, at least somewhat. Those are my goals. I work towards a sort of planned obsolescence in my life because if I can get you guys leveled up high enough that you don't need me, I can point you to the next level of person who can help you better understand where you're going. That's the same goal I have right here. I want to see all these authors being well known. I want to be able to go into a Walmart and yell, "Hey, I think Carl Witzman is here," and have everybody turn and run for the door to meet him. Okay? Oh, Kami Mark. Hi, Kami. Good to see you. And oh boy, do we have a lot of mods here. That's one thing I do. I hand out wrenches like pop cans and hail spam. Do we have some spam going on? Because spam is good. I do like spam. The food, not the junk in my mail. But sometimes, it can be entertaining because sometimes you just like to get a letter. Even if it is, we'd like to talk to you about your extended car warranty. So yes, very good. Redistribute the wrenches. See, I don't have to redistribute them. I have enough. There is no wrench shortage. So as long as this is what I call a meritocracy. If you have the capacity to do a job and you can do it well, you have the opportunity to do the job and get its rewards. That just makes sense. So yes, when people are around here and they interact and they want to share links and I get to know them real well, I pop them a wrench. And people are like, you can't keep giving them wrenches. What if they block each other or use them wrong? What I giveth, I will taketh away, because mighty swings the bad hammer, long may it swing. And that's what we're about here. Well, not the bad hammer, but having a good time and making sure everything is quick, clean, and precise. That's a joke, folks. This is the most neurotic channel on Facebook, and that's what makes it great. We're even better on YouTube, where you get clearer picture. But so, okay, if he wasn't funny, Mark might have been kicked off. Yeah, that is the sure side. They're ruthless. I don't have to be the bad guy. That's one great thing. My mods are ruthless. Y'all I don't even have Sarah here. But I will say this, folks. I can't see the YouTube numbers right now, but I want to make sure everybody's hit like. Mark, get in that bread line with the babushkas and wait for your hammer. If I had a hammer. I mean, I do have a sickle. However, I am totally not for no. I am for I don't know. I don't even know what you would call the system of government I'm for, because it's so idyllic. I'm for a meritocracy where the best people are doing the job, and the government protects us from losing the things we need to survive. That means our liberty, power, health, things like that. And other than that, leaves us the heck alone. So it's like, I don't mind paying taxes, but I want to see my taxes go to do something good. If that applies, cool. If that offends, either state your point or leave. This is Friday, Nick, y'all. I'm in a mood. And I'm hoping to get into some like swimming situation this weekend. I may not, but there is a narrow chance. Meritocracy, we might get there someday. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I believe is possibly the most perfect form of government, as long as the goal of the government is the service of everyone. I believe in servant leadership. If being in charge makes you feel powerful and not dread, you're reading it wrong. Sorry, but that's how it is. I'll be honest, every time I get on the show, I worry I'm going to goof up plugging somebody else's stuff. But we do it anyway. That's right. Oh, what's this? Friday. Not a long hold, but I'm starting to get a little bit of the mojo back. That is Fry Yippee Yay. Yippee Ki Yay. Get Nikki with it. Okay. So, yes, my dear. Now, what else are you guys doing? Because while I write for you guys, I'll tell you what I've been doing. A whole lot of art. Like I said, I'm trying to get drawing at least 3 days a week. You'll notice I'm using either a picture I've drawn or a photo I've taken as the thumbnail. Mark says, I'm all about meritocracy. The state should put the best people for the jobs in said jobs rather than resorting to nepotism, cronyism, etc. And I'm going to tell you something else. I don't care what anybody looks like. Okay? Seriously. If they can do the job, they deserve the job. One way or another. I don't care. I want stuff to get done. Yippee-ki-yay. Oh, and does Queen Nita have a show today? Do we need to get out of here? Well, Nita does have a show, and it's supposed to be a spicy one about manga, I believe. So we may be working on ducking out before too late. But if the commenting is good, I'll catch them in the rerun, because my job is to serve this community. And if you want to go, I will take no offense. Okay, I've been trying to get my GoPro, Screenomatic, and YouTube on working terms with one another. I bought a bootleg GoPro I have to set up. I'm having manual difficulty getting things lined up, and I have to go buy yet another flash micro SD card. But I'm hoping to have that for my fighting, and fortunately it has an underwater case, so I would love to go back to doing underwater photography and video. I loved doing that. And if I can get in shape enough where I can swim, I will. Speaking of swimming, Michael Phelps, here's red trunks and a whistle. You're a lifeguard now, comrade. Now, see, I'm not going to assign people. I'm just going to say, of the people who want the job, it should be the best who apply. And I do encourage people to apply themselves for what they enjoy. But really, I think we could do something more creative with Michael Phelps. I'm sure there's some underwater exploration he could be useful for, and swim coaching. There's a lot the man can do. He's quite talented. Oh, I'm currently working on Marco Polo app movie memorial for a parting dear friend. That's wonderful of you. See, dude, you don't just create art for a reason. Art that does something. And create art just to create art. That's totally valid. I like pretty things. I like cat girls. I draw cat girls sometimes. I like big stompy robots. I do that. Sometimes I feel emotive, and I do northern sunsetty birchwood tree mellowness, But she's using her skills to set up something helpful, and I really respect that. That's what we're about here, folks. Use your skills, use your talents to keep things going. And I do think that we are a talented bunch. And yeah, you know what? That was just me fighting my imposter syndrome. I did say we, and I'm working on that. You can hear the Jacques Cousteau accent. How do you know so much about my youth? Because as we journey into the marvelous deep, we see the wonders of the living ocean. The tiny fishes swim in schools for safety as we move through these rich Caribbean waters. Yes, I love Jacques Cousteau. He was somebody I watched it. He's why I love underwater photography. Now I like shallow water, so I do a lot of freshwater stuff. It's been a long time due to health and a few other reasons, but I used to love just like photographing uh, Indiana native fish, catching bluegills around their little spawning nests and stuff. And I mean, it looks goofy to see a chunky guy with duckfoot swim fins piddling around in, paddling, not piddling, around in, 2 or 3 feet of water with a camera chasing minnows and, seeing the odd bass or something. But it's still it's magical, and I believe in the importance of what I call zero level adventures, uh, little things that are not far away that you can do, but can carry wonder. Don't lose sight of the minor wonders just because there are more grandiose wonders in this world. Okay, folks. But what my problem is I have so many dang projects I'm working on that I overwhelm myself. I get slowed down on myself because my progress is slow due to overload, and then I get other ideas. Cat, my love, you are in a support group. If I showed the number of post-it notes that are on my computer normally, not counting the reference on my wall, you would feel at home. I think I have, oh God, 10 works in progress in various degrees, slowly loading in my mind at any given point. And what I have to force myself to do, and that's what uh, I'm encouraging like Richie to do, is pick one and finish it. So I'm going to do the Simple Sword because my Patreon folks are counting on that. And then I will do something either game design or just knock out some fantasy to change the gears and then go back to game design. And then by then I should be ready for either another fantasy sci-fi book or more nonfiction because I have so much in my head. So I get you. And yeah, I'm cursed as an idea machine. You, my dear, you are among your people. Not necessarily as pretty as you are, but definitely in that we have a glut of creativity, and there is a part of me that is ever tempted by the idea of the wetware where I could just think and type, just and whatever would pull the concepts out of my head, and just imagine constantly being able to download that to the web in some format. Oh, that would be delightful because I think the wonders that would come flowing out of the back of my brain. I've been lucky to be able to do what Nick does. Choose one that I can finish and not get distracted by all the other ideas while I'm working. Then school will be starting back up in 2 weeks. Big sigh. I love my tribe. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Okay, guys. Let me see this. Can I create a banner? I need to do this. Was supposed to be there, and it wasn't. So I will do it right now. Let Cat Art. Hashtag Let Cat Art. So what I need from my let me do this and see if I can keep this going for a moment. Nope, it's gonna switch. Anyway, what I need from you, my dear, is to either set up a Patreon or set up a PayPal or a GoFundMe or something. Some means where I can direct people both to your purchasable goods and to just supporting your creative endeavor. If you have a Patreon, let's get that set up because people are going to be interested in your story and they're going to be interested in helping you make art and help others make art. And frankly, as much as I love knowing you as a teacher, because she is probably the most amazing art instructor I've ever met, and I've known quite a few. Her gift for inspiration is incredible. I do believe the current system of education is abusive, and I want her to be in a place where she is happy and financially stable and able to do what she loves. So, Kat, get a Patreon. If you have it, give me the link. If not, we'll figure something else out so that I can help you. Hashtag Let Cat Art. Now that, folks, that is the kind of message I think I'm comfortable ending on. So I'm going to tell you guys, be good to yourselves. Okay, be kind to yourselves and each other. And thank you for supporting me. I will see you tonight at 8 o'clock on the Historical Fencing Guild, where we will talk about swordplay and how to kill each other safely and what's coming up and some weapon review stuff. I got some goodies to talk about this week. So I will see you. And Carl, as annoying as you were about bugging me to set this early, you were right. I just have to find a way to do it when my office isn't superheated and shutting down my computer. See you sooner than you think. Bye, guys. All the love to all of you.